everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with my 2024 diamond painting year in review. This is my fourth full year of diamond painting, and this year I completed 50 diamond paintings, a lot of which were on the smaller side, but there are some larger projects in there as well. Today I'm going to take you through and show you each of these projects, give a little bit of my thoughts on all of them, and on top of that, by popular request, I'm actually going to be ranking my projects, which I have not done in past year in review videos. If you're interested in watching my year in review videos, I've done one since 2020, which was my first year of diamond painting. Those will be linked below in the description box. It's a great way to get a snapshot of the diamond paintings I've worked on. And this year I hit my 199th completed diamond painting, and we'll be kicking off 2025 with number 200. TBD what that project will be. But yes, so I decided to go ahead and sit down and take all 50 diamond paintings this year and rank them from 1 to 50, from my most favorite to my least favorite. We're going to go through them today in reverse order, starting with my least favorite and working up to my most favorite. As far as why kits got ranked where they were, it could be a variety of factors. I wouldn't take it too personally or too to heart. Ultimately, one of them had to be my most favorite and one had to be my least favorite, and everything else fell in between. As far as some quick stats, just a really quick stats breakdown. Of the 50 kits that I worked on this year, 24 of them were square drill diamond paintings and 26 were round drill. So nearly an even split. I didn't set out to do it that way on purpose. It just is a genuine reflection of sort of my diamond painting collection and my tendency to balance things out a little bit. Like once I've worked on round diamond paintings a lot, I want to work on some square drill diamond paintings. I need both drill shapes in my life. And as far as what companies were represented, there were 13, 14, 15 different companies represented, something like that. 22 of my kits were from Diamond Art Club, and the rest were from a variety of different small shops in the community, including a Diamond Shop, Heaven and Earth Designs, a Craft Buddy, Jaded Gem Shop, Diamond Dots, Shimmering Canvases, Distracted by Diamonds, Make Market, Diamond Artisan Shop, True Artist Diamond Painting, Enablers Outpost, Munimade, and then there's one or two miscellaneous ones in there. Like I got canvases right now. I'll explain it when I'm showing my kits. But I really do try to work on a wide variety of different companies in the community, try out new to me shops, which a few of these were new to me shops, try to really get a nice variety in there, which you'll hopefully get to see today. So if you're interested in doing any shopping, I'll have all these shops linked in the description box below. And if you want to hear me go more in depth on any of these kits, I'll also have my month in review playlist linked below, which is at the end of each month, I go through and do probably a slightly longer look at than you'll see today at each of the kits that I worked on, and talk a little bit more about the pros and cons. So lots of helpful things linked in the description box. Last thing I wanted to mention is that I do have my paper log books here today. So this year I completed my very first diamond painting logbook, which features like 165 of my first 165 completed diamond paintings, and then started into my second diamond painting logbook partway through the year as well. And so I may pull these out to reference if there are specific things that I'm not remembering about, stats and whatnot for these kits. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to start from my just personal opinion, what was my least favorite kit to work on, and work our way up. So the first one that I'm going to share with you guys is going to be this one, which this one was just called Hedwig, and it's from Diamond Art Club. There's a little stand that it comes with. This was just a special drill project, and while there wasn't anything really inherently wrong with it, honestly, I just found that I'm not really a fan of necessarily doing these freestyle diamond painting projects. You can see how it's not on a grid, it's just kind of all freehand, so I can't really use a multi-placer. This I worked on honestly, like just because I wanted to have it completed to I did a time lapse and showed it in the sneak peek that I did for this. It's cute. There's really nothing wrong with the quality. It's just if we're talking about personal enjoyment, purely personal enjoyment, this is not one that I actually had a lot of fun doing. So, but it's just a Sparkle Pal. I think that's what they call these. It's licensed from Warner Brothers, and Diamond Art Club does have a collection of these Sparkle Pals. I feel like they're really kid friendly and really beginner friendly. So if this is something you want to work on with a little kiddo, I think that could be a really good way to go. If you like the idea of this kind of freestyle, diamond painting, then this could definitely be something that is for you. I did work on a variety of other freestyle diamond paintings that I didn't count as finishes this year. For example, there were a ton of that kind of kit in the Diamond Art Club Advent for 2024, and I completed all of those, but I didn't count those as finishes. It just felt, I don't know. I struggled to figure out what kits I wanted to count as finishes and didn't even know at the time if I wanted to count this one as a finish. So I just don't have big feelings about this one, honestly, you guys. But as a bonus, if you're like, well, it doesn't seem like, it seems too small to be counted as a finish, I'll count this one as a bonus. I didn't count this one as a finish, but it is another one of those freestyle ones that I did finish. That's also a Harry Potter one. This one is the Ravenclaw, the pop-up card the Diamond Art Club released. And it's fun. Again, this is one that I worked on because I thought it would be fun to demo and share for a sneak peek. It's great material, but we're talking about like ranking wise, did I enjoy working on it? It's just a meh. It was just a mess. Something has to be a meh. But anyway, that was number 50, okay? Number 49 is going to be another freestyle diamond painting. This one's called Enchanting Harry and is also from Diamond Art Club. This one has a lot of special drills in it, which was fun to work on. And you can see, like I said, freestyle. There's lots of different sizes of drills in there, lots of those like crystal bubbly ones. It's one of their framables. I think it was from the first release of framables that they did. This one is ranked low, well, because of the freestyle element and also because I ran out of a couple of colors. And this was one I was completing to demo for a sneak peek and finish. And so having this one and having to like literally just grab from other colors because I was like, no, I want to finish this for the video. That was kind of disappointing. So I did give them that feedback and let them know just in case it was like an ongoing issue. But this is one, I guess, you know, it was meh. Didn't necessarily personally love working on it. But quality-wise, aside from missing drills, which, I mean, obviously that's not awesome, but warranty, that's why this one was just kind of, it is what it is. It's nice that it came with a frame and everything. It looks great in the frame, but anyway, that was number 49. Number 48, we're getting into, I feel bad, a dragon kit gets number 48. But this is just an untitled dragon kit. Maybe it was just called the Dragon from Make Market at Michael's. This was my dragon kit, I believe, for October. So in 2024, I worked on one dragon diamond painting each month as part of a little diamond paint along I was doing just for myself, where I was working on one dragon diamond painting a month in honor of the Year of the Dragon. Still really sad that the Year of the Dragon is going to be coming to an end here later this month. I'm filming this here at the very beginning of January. But I did really enjoy working on these dragon kits every month. However, this one I worked on in October as like a really small kit to take on next to alongside Drills and Chills, which was a diamond painting event I was co-hosting at the time. So I needed something small, and I didn't have anything that was really Halloween themed in my collection that I wanted to work on that had dragons in it. So this is the one that I worked on. I just think that the rendering, like, it's fine, but it's meh. This isn't my color palette. It's not like, it's just meh. And Make Market kits, the thing is they're extremely budget friendly. So if you're on a budget, if you're wanting to try out diamond painting or try to get someone into diamond painting, Make Market is the store brand at Michael's. It is an incredible option. You cannot beat the price point. You're looking at kits that are legally licensed or at least are above board in some way when it comes to their artwork. It's not stolen artwork, but it tends to be hand charted artwork. So you can see, like, for the size on this one, which is really little, this did have a good amount of detail to it. So I think this was definitely hand charted, like a human being went in and tried to really chart these drills well. But it still is really muddy for the size point, and you know, the dragon almost looks like one of the aliens from the Alien movies or something. Like, it just, I don't know. I wasn't in love with it. It was just I just need a little dragon kit to work on in October. So it's fine. Yeah, it is what it is. So that was number 48. Now, number 47. This is going to be the first of 5 of these panels that you're going to see in this year in review video, which actually represents a project I'm incredibly proud of. This is one of the panels from my Heaven and Earth Designs cross-stitch conversion project, where I took a cross-stitch chart and I turned it into a diamond painting instead of doing it as a cross-stitch project. This has been a really long-term project. It took me 2.5 years-ish to complete, and the artwork is Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart. The chart's from Heaven and Earth Designs, and the canvas and the drills are from Evermoment. I don't have any complaints about the materials. I think the canvas and drills are fine. They're great to work with, honestly, and the price point was good, so definitely consider it worth it for that. But this project is so big. You can kind of see it, I'm guessing, you know, as you see it next to me. There's 8 of these panels that make up this project because the artwork is so big when you turn it into a diamond painting. It has to be, you know, I broke it into 8 panels to make it more manageable to work on. I finished this project this year, and there were I had different experiences with different panels. And so you're going to see these kind of sprinkled throughout. I split them each up into counting each one as a finish, and I had different feelings about different ones. But this was panel number 4 of 8. So this was, in Once Upon a Fairy Tale, it's split into bookshelves. So there's 4 shelves in total. So I split it along those lines horizontally, and then I split it down the middle. So this is going to be the right half of the second shelf down. This one I ranked as number 47. Sorry, it's so tiring to hold this up. It's heavy. I ranked this low because this in here was just a mess, like particularly in here. Overall, the rendering on this project, not just this panel, but overall, the rendering is heavily computer charted. It's hard to make out a lot of the details. And so I ranked these panels just based on how much did I actually enjoy working on them. And so this one ranked pretty low because it took me a long time to get through. It was the first panel that I started and completed this year. And I just didn't love working on it. It felt like a slog. The next one, number 46, is going to be another panel. This one's panel 6. So this is the right half of shelf 3. This one was just, honestly, it just felt like a muddy mess as well. This whole half over here, I just felt like you couldn't tell what it was unless you were standing several feet back. So this was panel number 6. It's just the render, you guys. It's rough. It's rough. What can I say? But the project's done. I really did hit some momentum with this one this year, just where I was like, okay, the end is in sight. I want to complete this project so bad. Let me go ahead and see how far I can get on it. And then I ended up completing it. You'll see the last panel I'll give you a hint, it's in the top 10. So that was numbers 46 and 47 were going to be those 2 Heaven and Earth Designs panels. The rest of the panels are sprinkled throughout the rest of the rankings though, so stay tuned to see more of those. All right, so next up, number 45 is going to be another Make Market kit. I feel bad. There's another Make Market kit that I love working on. This one right here, that you're going to see much, much later and higher in the rankings. This one's called Witch Girl. The artists from Make Market, they're not titled, which that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a problem there. It just means that it's how that works. Sometimes there are other companies that do this where you don't always see the artist listed. That is not necessarily a red flag. It can be, but with Make Market, I am reasonably confident that it is not. But this is called Witch Girl. I worked on this one for Drills and Chills. It's a decent size. I think it's around 40 by 50 centimeters. It's got square drills. It was my first square drill kit I worked on from Make Market, and I just deliberately wanted to test out these square drills so that I could kind of give my thoughts on them. Unfortunately, I did not like working with these square drills. They were really trash prone. I did a detailed post review on this one, and one of the things I really ran into is that a lot of these drills had marks on the top and they were just really trash prone. So I was picking out a lot of trash, but also worried I was going to run out. I saw some other people working on this kit for the event and saw that they had run out of drills. And so I was just really worried. I was paranoid about getting rid of any drills because I was like, I don't want to run out. So this one, it was more like stressful to work on than enjoyable. And so that's why I ranked this one a little bit lower. But the colors are really pretty. It's not colors you expect to see in a Halloween kit. So that was fun to work on those up in the sky. But for me, if I feel like I'm frustrated and having to work around issues a lot, then that's going to mean that I just don't enjoy working on the painting very much. But that was Witch Girl. It's I think an October project. And then next up, this I have to give the disclaimer, is really just because of my own personal experience, my personal approach to working on this one, because there's not anything inherently wrong with these. It just had to do with sort of the mindset I was in at the time. These are from the Diamond Art Club Advent Calendar from 2024. It's a mini dazzle set, and at this point we're after, the point of the Advent being, people opening the Advent boxes typically, and so I feel like the spoiler ban has basically been lifted. But if for whatever reason you're not wanting to see these, go ahead and just look away till I get to the end of these. But this is the mini dazzle kit, so I'm going to show you each of these. They're really pretty. They have a lot of, they're all special drills. Like that's what Diamond Art Club does with their mini dazzle kits. They're like all fairy dust and ABs. This one also has a pretty crystal in there as well. And these were cute, but here's why I ranked them a little bit lower. So I worked on these when I just decided that I wanted to blitz through and complete the whole Advent calendar as part of the unboxing. And so I was just speed running these. And honestly, when I'm speed running kits, like you've seen how I ranked some of these other projects lower on my ranking list. When I'm speed running kits, when I'm like basically doing it for like when it's work, I just am not going to enjoy them as much. So this doesn't have anything to do with the quality of these. I am ranking these based on my personal enjoyment. So the quality was good. I like the Diamond Art Club does these colored, frames that coordinate around them. I love that these are all fairy dust and other special drills. These also featured a large crystal in there that kind of looks like reddish orange. And like I said, these were pretty. It was just because I basically sat down and tried to complete them in an evening that I just thought, I didn't enjoy it. And that's on me, but I guess the takeaway here is don't speedrun your projects if that's not something you actually enjoy. It's definitely something I'm taking away from this year, is trying to be way more intentional about the projects that I'm working on and the context that I'm working on them in, and how I feel about them at the end of the year looking back. So next up, this is number 43. This one is Pumpkin with Sunflowers. This is from Diamond Art Club, and the artist, I'm trying to remember the artist's name. Can I see it through here? Gail Flores. I worked on this one for Drills and Chills. It was one of my fall projects. And this one again is going to be based on my personal enjoyment. This kit does feature the enhancement set from DP with Sparklers that goes with this particular kit. And so I did a in-depth post review on this kit as well, where I really went into depth talking about my thoughts on various ones. There's a lot of like crystal additions, there's crystal ABs, there's more glimmer drills, there's more just ABs in general. It's so sparkly. Like, look at it's so glitzy and sparkly. And this is my first time doing one of the enhancement suggestion sets from DP with Sparklers, which, can I just say, I love the idea of. I think it's so amazing that they're doing this. Not sponsored. I bought this enhancement suggestion set myself to test it out. I think it's amazing for, and perfect for people like me that just don't love the process of coming up with their own enhancement drills. Like, some people love it. If you love it, I love it for you. It's not what I look for out of my diamond painting experience. I don't want to have to work to do my diamond painting, hence why there's some of these kits that were ranked lower. The enhancement suggestion sets I think are fantastic because it tells you what swaps you can do. You don't even have to do all of them. You can pick and choose, like, okay, I want to do these. And this one I did all of the suggested enhancement swaps, and it was fun to do it. But the reason I ranked this one lower is not because of the enhancement, doing the enhancement suggestions, and not because of the quality of this, but because this is not my style of artwork. You're really not going to see a lot of landscapes or flowers. But the reason that I worked on this one came down to just honestly a multitude of factors. I realized I'm a procrastinator. Decided kind of at the last minute I wanted to do this like enhancement suggestion kind of project as part of Drills and Chills. And I was looking for one that was available for like prime shipping on Amazon, and it was just a mix of factors. I decided to work on this. And one that was smaller. I think I wanted round drills. So that's why I worked on this one. But that's just adding to don't work on things because they're work. Okay. But it's so sparkly, and all that glitz from all those special drills. It was a little bit heavy on like the extra glitz for me. There's people that absolutely love that. I think if I were to do this again, I would probably do more picking and choosing. For example, I love this brown glimmer drill they did in the center of the sunflowers. It's perfection. It's so pretty. There's a lot of like other ABs and other pretty additions I just thought were gorgeous. But others I just thought they just stand out a lot. And whether or not you like that is going to be completely personal preference. So next up, this is going to be there's like a loose, oh no. Hold on. There's a loose drill in this one that clearly fell off of another project, so that's fine. The next one is the one that if you watched my Christmas premiere, this is what I named as like honestly my biggest flop of 2024. This is my temperature dragon project, which what this is, when a temperature project is, if you're not familiar, is some kind of project where you track the temperature throughout the year, either of where you live or a location that you pick for yourself. So in this case, I was tracking the high temperature for where I live and or where I was at the time, which I really only applied that here at the end of the year when I was in Ohio for the last couple weeks of the year. So I thought it'd be fun to track the temperature there, which my temperature range was like 59 degrees and below was all one color. And so basically when I was in Ohio, it was like this color in the nose, and it's It's virtually all one color. So why did I consider this my biggest flop, and why is it ranked so low on the list? And why is it ranked lower on the list? This one, okay, so you see this cheap canvas material. I got it from Amazon. Remember how I said I'm a procrastinator? I decided to do this project kind of later in January and was like, I don't have a canvas that's going to work. Let me just hop on Amazon and get something I can have shipped 2-day shipping to me, and just, basically cut it down to size. And then I just went on to DPO Sparklers, which is the same place I got the Enhancement suggestion set from, and was like, let me get just special drills from there. And I decided to get these chunky glitter drills, which you can kind of see there. These chunky glitter drills, you can tell it just kind of, for an entire project, the colors don't come through very well. All you just see is shine and a little bit of muddled colors. So there's that. I didn't love that. And then my fault, because I'm a newbie, this is my first year doing this kind of project, is when I was mapping out my temperature ranges, I just did like a rainbow spread of colors, and it looks there's too much of a color range for me. I think when I go to map out my colors for 2025's temperature project, I'm going to narrow the number of color families. Instead of basically having nearly a whole rainbow, I could see myself doing like just blues, purples, and pinks, or something like that, or just pale pastels, something that's going to make it feel a little bit more cohesive. That's going to be my personal preference. But this one's not ranked lower because I still was proud of myself for finishing it and excited at the novelty of doing a temperature project for the first time as a diamond painting. So last thing I was just going to say is, if you're curious, so it was January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, these summer months here, September, October, November, and then December was the mouth. So that was what we're seeing represented here. This was the high temperature for where I live in Southern California. Yeah, so lots of learnings. May have a dedicated video coming on that at some point. We'll see. So, okay, next up, this is also from the Advent box, but again, I feel like we're past Christmas season, so Advent spoiler ban is lifted. This is number 41. This is Season's Greetings Tree from Diamond Art Club, and this one is by, I think, a newer artist. British Seyfert. Nice little snack size kit. You might be seeing a theme aside from my Cross Stitch Conversion project. Lots of tiny projects this year, mini size projects. This one, the only reason I worked on it was because it was in the Advent and I wanted to complete it for the Advent calendar. So you're going to see the other Advent kit though that I worked on. I did personally, like, the artwork appealed to me a lot more and it's ranked higher. But this one, it was fine. I like the special drills in it. But yeah, just meh on actually working on it. It's not what I would have worked on, like picked out and worked on otherwise, I don't think. But otherwise, materials were good and everything. Just, that's okay. Not everything has to be your favorite. Okay, next up I have, this is number 40. Okay, so we're 10 down now. This one's called River Spirit. This one is by the artist Sevi. It's from Diamond Artisan. And I just recently completed this one and did a post review on it. Actually, a start to finish style video, like an unboxing to post review kind of video. And I talked about that a lot in there. So if you want to hear me really go into it. The main reason why I didn't necessarily love working on this one was just because I personally did not enjoy multi-placing this white background. You can even see, you can even see like my placement. I struggled so hard with the placement on this one to get it to look really even in that background. Light color backgrounds are a bit of a struggle. You are going to see any like imperfections really easily with that. I love this artwork. I thought that the hand charting was really pretty, but I just struggled so much with the light color background. I didn't love it. So that's why I ranked it number 40. But I do actually adore this small shop, and I have at least one, if not two more finishes from them this year that you'll see a little bit later on. I have some kits on the way from them. I have one I'm planning to work on at the beginning of 2025. I genuinely really do love this small shop a lot, and am, continuing to get kits from them, more things from them. My suggestion would be, if you were to go get this kit yourself or one of the similar styles, I would get it with square drills. You can pick round or square drills. I would pick squares. I think those would probably be less frustrating to place. And I say that with some experience, with some, I guess, perspective and insight, because one of the other kits that I worked on from them has a lot of a light color background and was square drills and was therefore much easier to multi-place in my experience. So, okay, that was number 40. Now number 39, this is another one of my dragon kits for this year. This one is called Snapdragon Sprite. This one is from Distracted by Diamonds and the artist Mitzi Setoyouf. And this is my dragon kit, I think, for May. I love Snapdragons, and so that's the reason that I picked out this kit to begin with. I have a really like nostalgic and sentimental attachment to Snapdragons. But this one, I don't know, you guys. I love Distracted by Diamonds generally speaking, but I feel like at some point they moved over to more like computer charting. So this was really confetti filled, and this was just a year I wasn't really enjoying working on a lot of confetti. I feel like that's a lot of my projects that are ranked lower were really confetti heavy. Confetti is just where you have, just you could see, just sometimes it looks like literal confetti. It kind of suited the artwork, but there were areas that I thought, oh, I just, you know, the dragon, for example, I would have loved to see that cleaned up just a little bit. And this one, it didn't come with any special drills charted, but there is an enhancement set available from Distracted by Diamonds shop if you wanted to get it. The colors are really pretty. There were also some colors that I just wasn't totally sure of. Like there's some, I'm trying not to knock into things down here. Hold on. If you look at her face, there's some orange shades that I didn't necessarily love. It was, I don't know, just, I wasn't sure. I would have loved to see with this one with a little bit more in the way of some hand touch-ups and hand charting. But materials-wise, I feel like it was pretty good. Trying to remember if I had issues at all with the glue on that one, because sometimes I think like the glue might have been a little bit slippery, but as soon as I pressed down, it felt like it really set. Like none of the drills have fallen off of that. And I'll tell you what, I did not store a lot of these canvases very kindly this year. I just was, we had some kitchen construction and some other stuff, and so just the places where I tend to put my canvases looked a little bit different. And so when I went to pull some of these out, especially from earlier in the year, there were some that drills had kind of fallen off because the canvases had nearly gotten folded in spots. So that one, it speaks to how good of, the glue is over time, that none of the drills fell off of that one. So that was number 39. This one is number 38. You're going to have a little bit of deja vu. This one, well, later you're going to have deja vu. This one's called A Mermaid's Bath. It's from Jada Gem Shop and the artist Hoshaya-san. This is specifically the hybrid or computer charted version of this kit. Now, I did a comparison series in, I think, May, where I completed this artwork in the hybrid charted version and the hand charted version. This is right around when Jada Gem Shop started offering hand charted kits, which, let me tell you what, I'm obsessed. I love that Jada Gem Shop is doing these hand charted kits now. But when they first started that, I thought it would be really helpful, and I was curious myself and thought it would be helpful for other people to see a comparison side by side. There's a whole playlist dedicated to that if you're interested. But this is the computer charted version. It took me 2 to 3 times as long to complete as the hand charted version. And I think that the hand charted version really does give you so much more detail than this one does. This one just has a lot of confetti. But when you stand back to kind of a viewing distance, you can more so kind of tell what it is. But this one also didn't come with any special drills, and that was fine, but I like the special drills in the hand charted version a lot. So the quality and stuff was pretty good. It's, Jada Gem Shop, I feel like their quality is pretty solid, but just the experience of working on this one, I did not enjoy it nearly as much as the hand charted version, which is, in the top 10. So you'll see that a little later on. But there's this one. This one you can get in multiple sizes if you get the hybrid charted version. I got this one in 50 by 75, but you could get it in a larger size, and it would actually probably look even better in the computer charted version if you just got the larger size. So anyway, there was that. Next up, I have this kit that was an untitled dragon from True Artist Diamond Painting and artist Nathaniel Manns. Now, it had been a while since I'd worked on a True Artist Diamond Painting kit. This is a small shop in the community that is on Etsy, and they haven't, I don't think, done any new releases in a while, but the last time I checked, they had a variety of kits just in stock, so you could, see what they have to offer there. But this was from their very, very, very first release, and I picked it up pretty much when the shop opened, and it's been sitting in my diamond painting stash for a few years. So I think they opened in 2021, maybe late 2020, maybe 2020. Anyway, so this has been sitting, and I thought it would be really fun to work on for the Year of the Dragon. I think this one was one of my summer dragons, but It's round drills, which is what I like to work on if I'm working on a kit from a new to me shop. And I think they only released this one with round drills at the time too. It looks good. I feel like when you kind of pull it back here, but up close you can see, especially like in the purples, you can see a lot of confetti. But look at that sparkle. I'm telling you what, round drills just really do nice with the sparkle here. So it's got more computer charting, and this one, the art style doesn't necessarily appeal to me as much as a lot of other dragon styles do, but this was part of me just being like, let me just try something a little bit different just because. And it was a little one. You can see, again, we got another little project. This one was, I think, it's not 30 by 40 centimeters. So this one was cute. No really complaints about the materials. It's more just like the artwork wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it was fun. It was fun to pull out another small shop that I hadn't worked on in a while and try out one of their diamond paintings. So next up, this is number 36. Oh, this is a fun, there's so many funny stories with this one. Okay, this is the kit that I kicked off 2024 with. So if I had done this year in review video on the style my past years in review, you would have seen this at the very beginning. It's because this was my first kit. This is also my 150th completed diamond painting of my diamond painting career. And yeah, this is by Cherryuki. This version is from DIY Moon Shop or Dye Moon Shop, which has since closed. It was one of the very first kits that I got from them and is one of my kind of OG rainy day kits. Now I did not get this idea myself. I got this idea from Randy, aka You Can Call Me Butter. And I think also it was something that Dye Moon Shop originally suggested at the time, because at the time they offered like various different, like they call them special treatment packs where you could get various special drills. And they would, give you suggestions for where to put them. And I ended up, they didn't give me quite enough, I don't think, to do this entirely myself. I had to pull some gold metallics from my own collection, but I did the whole moon in gold metallics. It wasn't originally charted that way. But this is the kit that I did have to seal because the glue was pretty slippery. So I sealed it using Minwax polyacrylic and clear gloss finish. And I have a video on how I seal a diamond painting. The funny thing about this one is that after I sealed it, I set it outside to like just kind of set. And I forgot about it overnight, and it rained overnight. It wasn't even on my radar because I'm in Southern California. Like, it rains a few times a year, and I just thought, oh no, the next morning I was like, my diamond painting is, the loon is sitting out there. And it's fine. Literally no drills fell off. So I guess this could just be a little advertisement for Minwax polyacrylic. So the rendering is it's pretty muddy. Let's be honest here. I don't hate it because Cherryuki's art style is very, 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 very soft. And I look at this and I'm like, yeah, no, like the render isn't necessarily perfect, but I still love it. I can't help it. I still love it. It also has these actual star-shaped diamonds. Wait, hold on. Is that one of the star-shaped ones? I think this is one here. That came with the special treatment pack that I got for this project. And, this was a rainy day kit. It was one of my first rainy day kits. And even though the symbols were a struggle, the glue is slippery, this was one that I just genuinely really did love the artwork enough that I enjoyed it in spite of those things, and I don't hate how it turned out. Some people are gonna be like, girl, that is muddy. What are you talking about? That is so computer rendered. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I still kind of love it. It's personal preference, but still, number 36. We're still talking in the lower half of my rankings for this year. Oh well. Next up, we have number 35. This one is called Midnight Monaconeko. This is by Jeremiah Kettner and also from Diamond Art Club. And we got another small snack size kit in the mix here, you guys. This one was just a little errant stray hair there. 32.8 by 40.9 centimeters. It has round diamonds. Again, that sparkle. I think I got this one from Amazon. I think it might be an Amazon exclusive. It has lots of really pretty special drills in it. This is just one that I worked on. It was kind of a spontaneous thing, and I think I just wanted to throw a round drill kit into the mix. I don't remember why I picked out this one. I wanted a snack size round drill kit. And it's really cute. I don't know. It's not like as exciting as some of the other kits that I worked on, but I like all these like Jeremiah Kettner, like the colors he uses and the different like cats and stuff, but I don't know, just anyway, still really sparkly. So really pretty. If you're in the mood for snack size kits in general, Diamond Art Club's Amazon storefront has a ton. Plus, a lot of them get that free Prime 2-day shipping, which is, you know, obviously we all love that. Next, we have a couple, I think we have a couple of fall kits coming up here, you guys. This one's called Don't Leave Me and is by Muni Made, and the artist Cute But Weird. I love foxes, and that's one of the reasons I picked this one up. And Bistro Blanks made me a coordinating pen for this kit that I really liked working with because I do love my coordinating accessories. This one, okay, so I think that I worked on this one a little bit alongside some fatigue I was feeling from working on all seasonal kits all the time for drills and chills. And so I think that's why this one didn't rank even higher for me. It's also, I think this is one of the slightly older versions of this kit from Muni Made. They've made a lot of changes and a lot of improvements, especially like to their rendering and to their materials. And this one, I think that maybe, I don't know, I feel like I ran into, there were a couple of drill colors that were a little more trash prone, and I don't know, but it's really pretty. I like a lot of the special drills that were in it, and I think that the original artwork is so adorable, like this cute little fox. Some people, by the way, when I unboxed this, were like, is that a fox or is that a squirrel? No, it's a fox. It's definitely a fox, and the cute little leaf, and even the name of it, Don't Leave Me, I thought was really adorable. This one, it has square drills. It was 45 by 60 centimeters, 64 colors, and really just consistent with this sort of draw that I felt to smaller size kits in general this year. So that's that one. Next, this other fall kit. This is the one I kicked off Drills and Chills with. It's called Under My Umbrella. It's by Marilyn Casanave and is from Diamond Art Club. This is, I think, another one of their Amazon exclusives. It is 32.8 by 32.8 centimeters, and I have a black cat, and so having a void kitty in this one just was one of the reasons I picked this one out. It's very sparkly. I don't love working with greens. I was okay on this one because I was powering through a smaller kit. It wasn't like I was working on a huge kit that had a lot of greens. This was smaller, but it has some really fun special drills, including this silver electro that goes through the umbrella handle. Little toadstools are really cute. I just didn't personally love working on all the greens in the background. It has round drills, and these Marilyn Casanave pets are really, really cute and fun little projects to work on. I feel like they're good introductions to diamond painting for people that are new, and they're also really kid-friendly and stuff, and so these are good options. So anyway, that's Under My Umbrella. Then, this was a fun one. This is we're on number 32. This is the Great Wave by Hokusai. This is from Diamond Dots. This is the round drill version. They do also have a square drill version that I have not completed, but would like to at some point do a little comparison, maybe this upcoming summer rather. And Diamond Dots drills, you can see they really are quite sparkly. Their round drills, I feel like, are some of the sparkliest on the market. This one, you can see it's a partial drill diamond painting. There's parts of the painting that don't have any diamonds down. They just have the printing on the canvas. And there's some amazing ABs and whatnot throughout in here in the wave. This was a unique one because I did this one as a bit of a speed run. I took this with me to the Crafters Paradise Diamond Painting Retreat in May at the end of, well, it was the very end of May going into June. So June 1st hit and I started on this one and thought, I wonder if I could finish this one before the retreat ends. And that was like a day and a half later. I finished this kit in 24 hours and I was just like laser focused on a mission. But this was a kit I had always wanted to work on. Small story behind this kit. This exact version of this kit originally was a Diamond Dots at Home exclusive, which was I think they had like a direct sales line at some point and they discontinued that. But then I remembered seeing an Instagrammer work on this kit when I very first started diamond painting in 2020 and had always meant to work on it, but then I couldn't track it down. I was really bummed. Then Diamond Dots put all of their Diamond Dots at Home kits on their website for purchase, and I snatched this one up so fast and worked on it for Summer with the Masters this year, which is an event that I co-host with Anthony from Single and Placing and Don't Mind My Neighbor's Doggo. This was one that I just had always intended to work on, and I did actually enjoy working on it quite a lot. So look at that sparkle. Okay, that was the Great Wave, and just in case you were keeping track, that was number 32. Next up is going to be another Old Masters kit that I worked on for Summer with the Masters. This is going to be my annual John William Waterhouse piece. This is called the Crystal Ball, and I originally got it, I think, as a custom from Jada Gem Shop, but then because it's an Old Masters piece, she just made it available for anyone to purchase, and I got the crop of the original artwork. The original artwork is quite a bit taller. You can see like the rest of her dress and like the floor underneath her as well. But I had thought, let me get the crop of this one because I know I don't want to get a huge kit. I don't want to get something that's really big, but I don't want to like sacrifice the detail that is going to maybe come through in her face. Now, this is kind of the exception for me when it comes to how I feel about computer charting versus hand charting. I think that Old Masters artwork, which by the way, I should have said earlier, Old Masters is the way that at least we use it kind of for Summer with the Masters. Old Masters is artwork that was created before the current copyright year, which in 2025, I think that's going to be before 1929. I got to double check that. I always I'm afraid I'm off by a year, but, and so this is in the public domain. It's, you know, I'm good to use it and stuff as a diamond painting. And there's just something about that older style of artwork and a lot of the like mediums and materials that those artists use that I just feel like actually lend themselves pretty well to a much softer charting style. You know, how the artwork is turned into diamond painting form is what I mean when I say charting and rendering. And so I just think that the computer charting does, in my opinion, I think it works really, really well for John William Waterhouse's work, among others. And so I've worked on a piece from John William Waterhouse every year since 2021 when we started Summer with the Masters. And this was the Crystal Ball. I knew that this year I just wasn't going to want to work on something really big. And so there's a couple other pieces from this artist that I actually love even more that I was like, I'm not going to work on those this year because I'm going to want to be able to get it in a bigger size. And 2024 was just not a year for working on big diamond paintings for me for the most part. So this one I got, is it 60 by 60 or 50 by 50? 50 by 50. I got this one in 50 by 50. And I got it with square drills to get, you know, as much detail as possible. And I like the way that square drills look, like the finished effect of them. And so I just thought this was a nice one. So love, love, love John William Waterhouse's work. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Next up, we're at number 30. We're making tracks here. All right, go refill your coffee. Go grab a snack if you need to, because we still got a little ways to go. This is what I affectionately call like a vintage Diamond Art Club kit. This is called The Deep Is Mine. It is by JoJo's Art and was released in like 2018 or 2019, I believe. It's a really little size. I have it covered and wash it. 32 by 40 centimeters. It has round diamonds, and I'll tell you what, for an old Diamond Art Club kit at this size point, I think this looks really dang good. I'm impressed. Like even back then, they were doing a pretty solid job. I feel like in general, Diamond Art Club, the kits that they release now are a lot bigger, and so I love having little snacks, kind of snack size kits, smaller size kits from them in my collection. This was kind of a rainy day kit. A lot of my kind of old kits from them are rainy day kits because I just feel like I have a soft spot for them. I feel like they're kind of special. And I worked on this one, was this in the spring or summer? I can't remember. But it was really fun. I had picked it up, I think, on like Mercari or something like that. And I don't know. I think that this is just really striking. It's a really fun piece. I would be interested sometime to see like if Diamond Art Club would ever relicense these, because this got discontinued, you know, forever ago, probably in like 2020, maybe 2021. I'd be so interested to see them like relicense some of this artwork and re-release it with like how they currently tend to do their charting and whatnot. So this was a fun one. Not necessarily artwork I would gravitate towards, but it was one of those like I was just feeling like something a little different, and it was fun, you guys. Yeah, that was a fun one. Next up, I have another Heaven and Earth Designs cross-stitch conversion panel. Okay, number 29. This is panel number 7. So this is the bottom shelf on the left-hand side. And you'll see when I get to the last panel, which will be a little bit later, like we have the one half of this book. It says Once Upon, and the other half of the book, when we see panel 8, is going to say A Time, I believe. Yeah. This one I thought was really fun because it has like a big dragon with like its treasure hoard over here, and the books that were stacked I thought looked really good. Honestly, the bigger the subject matter, the better that it looked with the absolute confetti mess that was this rendering. And then you could kind of make out like the warrior and the horse over here. And then this also got ranked higher because I really felt like I was on the home stretch of this huge gargantuan project. It was kind of fun to work on. Some of the elements over here, it took me a while to figure out like what they were as I was kind of getting through it. Yeah, there's like a character, there's like I don't know if it's a knight or something over there. I thought the books looked really good. I already said that. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so close to the end. And I thought this over here was really pretty as well. So I didn't mention at the beginning, the sizes of these panels, it's like, these have a little bit of wiggle room. There's like a tiny bit of space on the side and on the bottom. The full size is 35 by 95 centimeters. So a little bit less than that is the actual charted section. Remember, there's 8 of these, 35 by 95 centimeters, just big old panels. But this is panel number 7. And then next up, number 28 in my ranking. This is one of my dragon kits this year. This is called What's in Here. It is by Amy Brown and Diamond Art Club, and has Amy Brown's really characteristic watercolor soft style. I'll show you up close here a little bit. Some really pretty special drills in this one, like some purples and stuff, and I thought that they really nailed kind of the parchment style of the backgrounds pretty well. That was really pretty. This one, I'm trying to think of when I worked on this one. I think this was in maybe the spring. This is a rainy day kit. I just think that it's such a cute kit. It's got, you know, a dragon, it's got books, it's got coffee, your delicious beverage of choice. But I'll tell you what, this background was a lot to work on. I didn't find it to be as much of a slog as I was worried that I would. That's why it got ranked, you know, relatively highly compared to some other, you know, confetti heavier, like boring to me kits, is because I didn't find it to be tedious. I feel like it was still pretty enjoyable to work on. It was fun to work on a rainy day kit, and it was pretty confetti heavy. There was some color blocking, I feel like, in the mug, small parts of the background, but overall this was definitely lots of confetti. It took me a little while to work on. It's a decent size too. Like, even though these Amy Brown kits have relatively small subject matter, they tend to still be pretty big because they still have to get lots of detail in these really highly detailed areas. This one was 71 by 56 centimeters, and it did have round drills. So I keep forgetting to mention the drill shape, but yep, round drills. Had some pretty special drills. I love the purple special drills and the dragon's wings in particular. So that was that. And then, do I have this right? I do. Another dragon kit. This was one that I planned to work on this year. I knew this was the year I wanted to finally work on this kit. This is the Universe in a Jar from Diamond Art Club and Randall Spangler. And this, I feel like, is just like quintessential. When you think of Diamond Art Club and Randall Spangler, this is one of the OGs. So this is one of the very first kits that Diamond Art Club had from Randall Spangler, and one of the first 2. I don't know if it was the first or the second, but it was the very first, I don't know if I would say unicorn kit, because it was never out of stock. I was always thinking I'd be able to get it again. But it was the very first kit that I was like, I am dying for this one to restock. Like, I need this one really badly. And it was my first, I think this was my first actual rainy day kit where I thought, I love this artwork so much, I just want to save and savor it for a little bit and not necessarily work on it right away. I just thought it was so fun. I had seen someone else complete it in one of the diamond painting Facebook groups and thought it looked way cuter than I was expecting based on the listing. And so I worked on this one this year. I did find like some of these like stone areas and even the sky, they were just so full of confetti. I didn't have as much fun with those, but it was really neat to see the different planets come together and see little like draglings, all the little pieces of it. And it really was, I feel like, my first introduction to Randall Spangler, and so lots of fond associations with this one too. It's 56 by 64 centimeters. This one had square drills, which some people will be like, oh no, older Diamond Art Club square drills, because I got this in 2020. Like, oh no, those are like poor quality. Did you get through it okay? I didn't have major issues with these square drills. I worked on a couple older Diamond Art Club kits with their older squares, and my issues tend to be relatively minimal, but I'll be sure to let you know if that's not the case sometime. Next up, this is number 26. We're halfway done after this one. This is Butterfly Mermaid by Shimmering Canvases, which is a small shop and one I had never worked on a kit from before. I have some pens from them, but hadn't done a diamond painting from them before, and so I knew that I really wanted to. I am blanking on the name of this artist. But this was really beautiful to work on. It was definitely hand charted. I feel like you can see in the details in this one. She has some really, really, really pretty special drills. One thing I wasn't sure about in this one was the colors they use kind of in her face. They read a little bit dark and almost like orangey. And I would have liked just a little bit more detail like in her hands and like in between like her elbow and her arm. But overall, this was really fun to work on. And it's always enjoyable to get to work on a new shop and just kind of test them out and see what am I going to like? What am I not necessarily going to like? What am I going to go back for? And I do need to shop from this shop again. I have one other kit from them, I think. I don't know if I have two. I need to go check and see if they've had any good, some new releases that really catch my eye recently. But this is really fun. Even though I don't necessarily think of mermaids as being one of my favorite things, I do work on a lot of mermaids and have a lot of mermaids in my diamond painting collection. But this was Butterfly Mermaid. And, I almost have the name of the artist off the top of my head. But anyway, so yeah, super pretty. I like the colors in that one too. All right, so we're officially halfway through. Go ahead and do a quick stretch break, and we're gonna keep going on. So this next one is the aforementioned little kit with square drills from Diamond Artisan Shop. This is an old master's kit. It has quite a long name, so bear with me here. It's a person in a small boat on a river with Mount Fuji in the background. It is another Hokusai piece. It's part of a series of pieces that this artist did that feature Mount Fuji in some way. Either 27 or something of them in total. I was just really intrigued and enamored by the idea of doing a snack size old masters piece, which are just really, they're uncommon. They're pretty uncommon, and Diamond Artisan had a few of them. And I think I saw Elisa from Menk Crafts. I think that she worked on this one, and I was like, I think I need this one. This one has square drills and that light background, and I was able to multi-place and get these looking much, much, much neater. And so that's why when I was talking about River Spirit earlier, I was like, get this one, but get it with square drills. I think you'll like it a lot more. This one is 20 by 20 centimeters, and obviously, hand charted. And I'm just so impressed at like being able to have a old master's kit at this size point that I think just 100% works, in my opinion. It also only has 9 colors. You might think it would have less, but there's multiple shades of blue in there, including I think a glimmer drill or two. There's a light blue glimmer drill. I just thought this one was a lot of fun. I thought they did a really nice job with this one, so love that. That was number 25. Number 24. Now we're getting into some Christmassy kits here. So this is Melikilikimaka, licensed Disney Stitch artwork from Diamond Art Club. This was a Joann's exclusive that I picked up along with some others, and I am just loving this collab that Diamond Art Club now has with Disney. And I just am in so much trouble. You're going to see a lot more from them in 2025, I'm quite sure. But this one has some really, really fun crystals in the Christmas lights that I think they were so fun to work on. I took this one with me to Ohio. I worked on part of it here before we left for our vacation, and then I worked on it some and completed it in Ohio when we were visiting family for Christmas. It's 33 by 38 centimeters, has just 26 colors, but is chock full of those special drills. So the background is color blocked, and in my opinion, at some point in the past few months, Diamond Art Club, I think that they have made some kind of change, or they've, maybe they just refreshed their molds or something for the drills. The round drills were so easy to multi-place. I feel like they just lined up super neatly, and that I didn't find myself having to go back and adjust. Like I was able to use my 12 placer, 13 placer, and not have to fuss with the drills afterwards. They just, all of them lined up great, and that made this really, really fun to work on. There is a slightly more elaborate version of this kit that is available on the Diamond Art Club website that is this same like image of Stitch in the lights, but it's got a lot of other stuff going on in the background. But I have both, but I wanted to work on this snack size version, especially just knowing that like December is a really busy and hectic month for me. I thought, let me work on a smaller kit and not try to put myself under pressure to complete something really big. Next up, I have another old master's kit, and it's the one that's sitting right here. Let me show you up close. This is Almond Blossom. It's by Van Gogh, and this one is from Make Market. The hanger that's included is part of the packaging. It's not something that I had to buy separately. I think I paid $9.99 for this, and that was full retail price before using any coupons. It might have been $14.99. It was incredibly inexpensive. These are magnetic hangers. It's just really easy to snap this on and off. This mostly got ranked this high because I liked the inclusion of the hangers, and I think it looks really, really good, specifically like this color hanger with this artwork. It's really sparkly. It doesn't have a ton of detail, which is, again, I feel like what you're going to see a lot with these Make Market kits, but the price point was so good. And I'll tell you what, you guys, I don't really display a lot of diamond paintings hung up in my home. I love the process of diamond painting. That's where the benefit is for me. But I just don't, it doesn't tend to fit with my aesthetic. I don't tend to go for shiny vibes and like pixel art vibes just hung on my walls. I have a couple, but other than that, you just really won't see much of it. Yeah, I'm a process person. They talk a lot about like process crafters versus product. Like, do people like to craft because they just like the process of doing it, and other people like to do it because they like the finished product and what they get to do with the finished product. For me, I'm the former. But why am I saying this? Because this is one of the very, very, very few diamond paintings I've genuinely considered hanging in my home because I think it looks really, really, really pretty. I like this a lot, and this is not artwork I would normally gravitate towards, but this was just really fun and enjoyable to work on. It was, I don't remember the size, but it's really little. I think 9 by 9 inches, which converts to what, 12 by, no, more than that. 60, I don't remember. I can't do the conversion to centimeters to inches in my head. I just am picturing 9 by 9 centimeters for some, or 9 by 9 inches for some reason from the box, but I could be way, way off base. I'm gonna have round drills. They're nice and sparkly, but I thought this one was really pretty. That's gonna continue to just hang out with us here while we chat. So that was number, that one was number 23. Now number 22 was the last of the kits that you're going to see from the 2024 Diamond Art Club Advent box, and that is Happy Snowman by Donna Gelsinger. This one, I actually really enjoyed a lot. I like a lot of Donna Gelsinger's artwork. Her seasonal pieces are really, really pretty. This had some like surprising seasonal colors, like the pastels that you see down here. The details in the scarf, how gorgeous are those? I think Diamond Art Club did such a nice job. And this was just so warm and happy to work on. So where most of the Advent box, when I worked on it, I was like, oh, this just feels like a little bit of, like, it's fun to work on, to challenge myself to finish it, to do for the video. But just by itself, do I like working on this specific artwork? This was the one that I was like, okay, yes, I'm so glad that this one came in the Advent box. And it's one that I just really liked working on. A lot of Donna Gelsinger's artwork at Diamond Art Club is much bigger, whereas this one was 22.8 by 30.8 centimeters. So this was just very relaxing and nice to have like a smaller kit to work on. So Happy Snowman. This one had round drills too. So sparkly, and yeah, that was a pretty one. Okay, quick spoiler alert for the next one. This, again, we're well out of the season for this one, and this image is actually now available on Jaded Gem Shop's website that you can buy not as a mystery, but this was the Jaded Gem Shop mystery kit for autumn 2024. So for whatever reason you don't want to see that, go ahead and skip ahead. So this is the autumn mystery from Jaded Gem Shop. She started doing mystery kits earlier this year as part of like kind of partnering and collabing with the Crafters Den Discord server, which anyone is welcome to join. It's hosted by Sophie from the Diamond Help Desk. There's, I think, 500 plus people in there. Super chill, welcoming space. No clicks, just if you like Discord and want to have a place to hang out and talk about diamond painting and a ton of other, not necessarily diamond painting things. There's something for everyone in there. It's very, very relaxing. But this, was this by, shoot, I have to double check, Mary Art? I think I might be wrong about that. But I love the pinks and purples in this one. This was a really fun one to work as a mystery. The way Jaded Gem Shop does mysteries is that they do this black cover over it, and so you can't even see the drill field. And this one, I think, came with black and white printing. How am I not remembering that? Already, even though it has only been a few months. And so this one was just fun to work on because as I was opening up each square, so I started down here at the bottom, I really didn't know exactly what I was getting into. I didn't even know for sure, like, that she was going to be a witch until I got, to the top part of it. The colors were very much my jam. Pinks and purples are a color palette I really like working with. And Jaded Gem Shop charted in some really pretty special drills in this one. There's some crystals. There's just a lot of really pretty stuff. And this is a hand charted kit from Jaded Gem Shop. You can see the level of detail in like the hair and a lot of the other areas. There's some crystals like in her bodice too. It's just a pretty kit. It's just a really, really pretty kit. Like I said, this one is now available for purchase on the Jaded Gem Shop website, where you just get to see like the exact image as is. But if you're wanting to ever get a mystery from Jaded Gem Shop, you can. There's a link for mystery kits on her website, and you can specify even like, I just want a mystery kit that's from my wish list and send a link to your wish list, or a mystery kit that's, you know, from this artist that I love or is in this genre that I really like. So there's definitely options out there. But okay, that was number 21. Number 20. This is It's Okay to Be Different from Diamond Art Club, and I think this is one of their kind of like in-house type pieces, or somehow with the licensing. There was an artist that was listed on the website at one point. I just don't know the details of the licensing agreement, why it's not on here. I just am trusting that it is above board, because that's just Diamond Art Club style. But this was something they released in honor of Autism Acceptance Month. Some people call it Autism Awareness Month. As an autistic parent to 2 autistic kids, this had a lot of special meaning to me. I think the rainbow infinity symbol is just the perfect symbol for us autistic folks. So I just thought this was, I was so glad to see Diamond Art Club release this kind of imagery in honor of Autism Acceptance Month. There's oodles of special drills in this one. You can see like a gold electro diamond. There's a lot of like fairy dust and ABs in this one. They just really didn't skimp on this at all. This is another partial diamond painting, where again, we have some printing on the canvas where there's no diamonds, and then, you know, parts where there are, and then that helps them be able to see that text really clearly as well. So this just had a lot of sentimental meaning to me, like I said, and the rainbowy vibes and everything. It was full of color blocking. It went pretty quickly. I thought this was really, really neat and really, really cool to work on. So that was number, pull my hair, 20. Next up, this was my first dragon kit for the year. This is my January dragon kit. This is Ember the Sky Dragon from Diamond Art Club and Pixie Sticks. Pixie Sticks is a dear friend of mine, and so this was actually a rainy day kit. I bought 3 or 4 copies of this kit with this sort of idea that, oh, maybe I'll make a little rainbow dragon army. Maybe I'll do it where I change out the colors, and I have this whole idea for like recharting things. I haven't, you know, followed through on that, but I just love this artwork so much. It's so cute. And I feel like this is also one of the kits that really kind of kicked off 2024 being a year of small kits for me. This one's only 22.7 by 26.6 centimeters. It has round drills, color blocking heaven. I traveled with this kit. I took this kit with me and worked on it when we were in Ohio in January. And so I worked on this kit when I was there, and it was my first dragon diamond painting for 2024. I love her. She's so cute. Look at those cute little eyelashes and everything. I love her. So, love Ember the Sky Dragon. I think that one has been discontinued, which is honestly kind of a huge bummer. But if you're ever looking for discontinued kits, my suggestion would be to go into D-stash groups, diamond painting D-stash groups. You guys, we're getting up there. We are at number 18. This was my cross-stitch conversion panel number 5. So this kicked off the second half of my cross-stitch conversion project, where I finally had hit that halfway mark, and this is where I found so much momentum in this project that I ended up finishing it this year instead of it taking me a year just to get a panel or 2 done. So this was panel number 5. This was really fun to work on, actually, because I started over here in this corner, and as I was working on it, I didn't have the artwork really memorized because it is so big and there's so many details that it was just kind of being revealed to me as I went. And this was really fun because as we start over here, I see these various different characters being revealed. It's giving kind of like RPG vibes almost. And I'm seeing like they're all squaring off against something or someone. What is it going to be? And because I just didn't remember. Again, I didn't remember the artwork, what it was going to be. And you can see over here, this is what they're squaring off against. It's a dragon that the bottom half is in this panel and the top half is in the panel above this, which I believe is panel 3. So that was just really fun to experience, going through that. And I thought that, all things considered, it was rendered pretty well. I liked working on this panel. Kicking off the beginning of this was just, I found a lot of enjoyment in it, which helped because when I got to the later half of this panel, working on stonework and greenery, it's not fun. But overall, it was just a fun experience, which is why I ranked that one a bit higher. That was number 18. Numbers 17, 16, and 15 are all going to be out of the sky. This is going to be the Craft Buddy UK collab that they did with Disney 100 Years of Wonder. And what this was a mystery sticker diamond painting, like blind box style diamond painting project. And so when you open this up, what I'm going to show you is there's various stickers. I did a flip through video of this one, but I'll give you a little mini one here. These are all different stickers of the various characters, but the style that they did this in was so much fun, so much fun, where they basically sold these blind bag style. You would get a blind bag, you'd order a blind bag, and it would come with 3 stickers in it that had the sticker and the drills to go with it, but you didn't know what characters you were going to get in your blind bag. And so I bought, how many? Well over 100, I think, blind bags over the course of a year, and got down to only needing, it was less than 20 characters. And so I traded for the rest, and I was able to complete my album. What I was really torn on was how many finishes to count this as. I was not about to count this as 102 finishes. There's 102 stickers in this album in total, but I was like, no, that's not right. But these did take me a fair amount of time to work on, and so I floated the idea, I think, in like a whip and chat or two into my Patreon. I was like, how should I count these finishes? And ended up going, let's just count the whole book as 3 finishes in total. It's like 102 divided by 3, and it just seems like a reasonable amount to me. Maybe you think I should have done the whole book as 1 finish, or I don't know, but that's what I landed on. So this I ranked really high because the whole process of doing this was so much fun. These are licensed. Disney obviously can license their artwork to multiple diamond painting companies. You're going to see them with, Craft Buddy UK. They're with Diamond Art Club now. They've been with Diamond Dots for a while. They have, I think, agreements with maybe some more store type brands. So just know that that's all above board. So this is above board. I don't think that I don't know if they're still selling these. There are some D-stash groups out there, but this would be really hard to try to get into this late in the game. It's not something I know I would recommend, but the whole process of getting blind bags and mysteries is really, really fun to me. Combining just some of my favorite things like blind box plus Disney plus diamond painting and a collectible, forget it. You've got my number and then some. So that's why this one just ranked so high, is because I just genuinely did love the whole process of working on it. I started it and completed it. It was at least 6 months. How long did that take? It was a while, but it was a lot of fun, and I was really happy to actually finish and complete this one. But yes, that's why this is numbers 15, 16, and 17. Next up, I have another seasonal kit to share with you guys. I just posted a post review dedicated to this one. Literally today as I'm filming this, if you're curious on when I'm filming this. This is called Christmas Drink. It's from Mrs. Butter D is the artist, and Diamond Art Club. This is part of their Christmas release this year, and she just gives major vintage vibes in terms of the color palette, right? All of the pretty pale pastels. There's some really fun special drills in this one. I really do like the special drills, especially in the ornaments. I thought they were really pretty and really well done. I love Mrs. Butter D's artwork. I just think that it's so much fun, and I've really fallen in love with this artist's work since she's been at Diamond Art Club, and I've seen the pieces they've released of hers. And this one, it's fun. The perspective of it, I feel like, is almost like she's taking a selfie. When you look at her arm, maybe she just came in from the outdoors. She's got those rosy cheeks with her hot cocoa. It's just really cute artwork. So I worked on this one in December, and the color palette was really it brought me a lot of joy, and it had a good amount of color blocking in a lot of it, so it moved along at a good pace too, which was really nice. So loved this one a lot. That's Christmas Drink. This is, I'm holding this, this feels bigger than some of the others I've been showing you lately. Size, it's 50.6 by 70.7 centimeters. Had brown drills, and worked up nicely. Next up, I have a mini dazzle set that I'm obsessed with. Okay, so this is from Diamond Art Club. This is their Dragon mini dazzles set. Now, ever since they announced that they were doing these mini dazzles, and there's other companies that do mini sets like Paint Gem. I feel like Paint Gem really kind of did them popularized them. I don't know if they did them first. They really popularized them. We've since seen a lot of different companies start doing them too. I'm kind of the more the merrier. Give me all the mini sets, and hopefully different companies will do different themes and takes on this concept. But I was just someone that's doing mini sets, please do a dragon set. I need a dragon mini set in my life. Diamond Art Club did one. And so this was my dragon diamond painting for September, I think. And these all have different names that I don't remember, but These were so much fun. And again, I mentioned earlier, but Diamond Art Club's mini dazzles are made up of all special drills. So these are all fairy dust. So you just have a little bit of shimmer to them. I love working on these. I thought about buying another set just so I have them to work on sometime when I just need some little baby dragons in my life. Any companies that are doing mini sets that are watching, we need more dragons, okay? Please give me more dragons. I'll be all over it. I feel like this one was my favorite. I don't remember this one's name, but I think this one was just my favorite. Something about their face and their overall kind of like vibe. It's just so cute. I love these so much. Okay, so that was number 13. Number 12. This one is really special and it hasn't been shown on my channel as of the time of this filming. This is a Dragon's Christmas from Jaded Gem Shop and the artist Flossy Fox. And this one is really special because it was a gift from a very, very sweet friend who knew that I was so excited that Flossy Fox had joined Jaded Gem Shop and that I was really excited to hopefully get to try some of their kits sometime soon from this artist specifically. And so she got this one for me as a Christmas gift. It was my Christmas dragon kit. It was my dragon kit for December. And I took this one with me when I was traveling to Ohio and completed it over the course of a few days. It is pixel charted or hand charted. This is Flossy Fox is originally a cross stitch chart artist, and so this is also available as a cross stitch chart, just without the background, if I'm remembering right. So like the background is what like the fabric would be if you were stitching this as a cross stitch chart, but the artist works with Jaded Gem Shop to choose background colors. And this one has this like dark blue crystal in this background at the top half or top 2/3, and then the bottom is this dark green crystal, which it's a very, very, very shiny effect. It's a lot. I'd be curious to see what this looked like without like crystal background, but this just brought me so much joy to work on and was extra special because it was a gift and was an incredibly thoughtful gift. And my friend didn't tell me that I had to work on it. I just was so incredibly happy about this. And it was perfect for traveling, and so happy to get to have and work on a Flossy Fox kit. So look for a start to finish or unboxing to post review style video for this one, hopefully soon, because I did time lapse working on this one and did film the unboxing part of it and just need to do the post review. But I just love this, and it's nice. It's a nice small size. Like I feel like most of the Flossy Fox ones are 20 by 20 centimeters, and this one is with square drills. Isn't it so cute? Dragons and Christmas, it just couldn't be any more perfect. We are at number 11. We're almost to the top 10, you guys. So number 11, this was my, speaking of dragons, this is my first dragon kit of second, third, I don't remember. I don't remember when I did this one. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, this is Dragon Princess from Diamond Dots. And the artist name, it's a German, I think, Renee Björnfertel. This is one of the ones that Diamond Dots doesn't, I think, list it on the canvas, but I think sometimes they list it on the website. Okay, this is a big one. This is a big one, you guys. I had narrowed it down to a couple of different dragon kits from Diamond Dots and had my Patreon help me decide which one of them should I get, because I want to do another Diamond Dots dragon kit. And this is one that they voted on, and it's just so pretty. It's a little bit of a different art style than I typically gravitate towards, but I loved having just a really fun, wide representation of different dragon styles this year in 2024 for Year of the Dragon. This one is a partial. You can see, obviously, there's printed in the background and then drills here. This one, it should be a reflection of how much I genuinely overall enjoyed this, because I actually ran out of a couple colors on this one and had to go DM my spare drill storage, which I don't have a lot of, but I still just love so much about how this one turned out. I think it's stunning. This is one of those kinds of artwork that I don't necessarily always think that diamond painting should be partials, but sometimes the artwork calls for it, especially when there's like a really detailed face or something. I think this one works well. Diamond Dots does a good job of doing partials, in my opinion. But yeah, this is Dragon Princess. Super sparkly round drills from Diamond Dots as per, and just another beautiful dragon kit to work on for 2024. So that was number 11. Now we're on to number 10. We're in the top 10, you guys. So number 10, we're starting off with a kit that is from Jaded Gem Shop and the artist Petite Madame, and I got the artist's permission to have this made as a custom diamond painting. This is called Wanted Dead or Alive Part 2 Castiel, and is of course fan art from the show Supernatural. This is like just an AU, like an alternate universe that the artist did of this character, and I had seen some other people do customs from this artist. She will give permission if you go to her Tumblr. But the reason this one is particularly special is if you can see down here, I actually took this to the Burbank Supernatural Convention this year, and Misha Collins signed this for me, and I got to talk to him briefly about diamond painting. I think he was honestly kind of confused about it, but it was a fun moment. It was a fun moment in working on this, and yeah, lots of confetti as customs from Jada Gem Shop tend to be, but it was a lot of fun, and I do have some other customs in mind to potentially get from this artist that may work on an order sometime this year. So we'll see. Number 9. This was just pure happiness to work on. I worked on this one in June. This one's called Rainbow Dragon Hugging Cat. It is from Diamond Art Club and the artist Dragons and Beasties. Just chock full of rainbow colors, and of course we have our cute kitty cat. It has, speaking of cats, literally my cat just meowing in the living room just now. This one, I worked on as my dragon kit for June and also for Pride Month. And I love Dragons and Beasties. I have a lot of their merch and other fun stuff as well. And so I love that they're partnering with Diamond Art Club, where we're getting to see some of their artwork as diamond paintings. And this was just so happy. I'll tell you what, this soft rainbow color is just the absolutely adorable vibe we have with the dragon and the cat over here. It was just, I honestly, I knew I was going to like working on it, but I didn't know I was going to like working on it that much. I didn't know I was going to love it that much. So, but no, that was just pure joy, pure happiness. Next is the last panel of my giant cross-stitch conversion of Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart. This was panel number 8 that I finished and wrapped up over here in September. So this one got ranked super highly because it marked the end of this epic project, which I have a lot of feelings, I have a lot of emotions about. There was a lot of times that I feel like working on various parts of this project as a whole, not this panel specifically, but this project as a whole, resulted in some burnout, some questioning of, do I want to even keep going with this project? Because overall, just the rendering was so much muddier than I expected. I feel like I learned so much from doing this project about what I want to do differently when selecting artwork to do as a like cross-stitch charts to do as diamond paintings in the future, and I would like to do a video on that at some point. I would also like to do a dedicated post review of this at some point, as well as try out some different ways of hanging and displaying these panels. Not because I'm planning to display that in my home, because imagine 8 of these that are about as tall as my 9-year-old. Finding a space for 8 of those 9-year-olds hanging on your wall, it's just, I would need like the whole side of my home or something. So this was fun. I like the ship that was in here, and a lot of like fun details. It was really cool to get to the end of it. You can see here's the other half of the book that we saw in panel 7. So it was just like euphoric to get to the end of this project. It had over 400,000 drills in total in all 8 panels. When you added them up, it was over 400,000 drills. And changing a cross-stitch chart into a diamond painting is just incredibly labor-intensive because the printing isn't on the canvas. Your whole canvas is blank squares. You're reading a cross-stitch chart and counting and figuring out where to place your diamonds just based on the chart. And so it's like doing a cross-stitch project, same thing. There's, if you're doing a counted cross-stitch project, you don't have printing on the chart or on the fabric. You're counting and placing. So it was an incredibly labor-intensive project. I kind of wish I had tracked how many hours it took me overall. It was a lot, but it's complete, and I do intend to do more cross-stitch conversion projects here in the future. Number 7. Finally, we are back to A Mermaid's Bath from Jada Gem Shop and the artist Toshiya-san. This one is the hand-charted version and is much bigger. One of the biggest canvases I worked on this year. Is 60 by 90 centimeters, and I feel like even if I don't have the computer charted one right in front of us here, you could probably still see this one is much clearer, much more highly detailed. It is, I know, a little bit bigger than the computer charted version, but even still, in spite of the difference in the size of the canvas, I still think that this is significantly clearer than even if I would have gotten the other one in the same exact size. I love all the details. There's lots of special drills in this one, lots of metallics that I feel like serve the artwork really well. I love all the details you can make out with the cats, all the different like little details up here. I think her face looks good, and yeah, I feel like it really serves itself well for being done as the hand-charted version, and it has definitely sold me on Jada Gem Shop's hand-charted artwork. There will definitely be pieces that I picked from Jada Gem Shop that are computer charted like the old masters like we talked about, but a lot of their artwork I am going to wait to get in the hand charted version because I just personally find it to be a lot more relaxing and enjoyable to work on, and I really like the finished product. Number six. Okay, this one is called Magic Arcades. It is by Miss Holly from Diamond Art Club, and we have a color palette that is just my jam, and we have just absolute cuteness overload here. Oh my gosh, all these little animals here in the arcade. This is really just pure happiness. So when I've just been finding myself gravitating towards these really cutesy vibes and everything, this one was a lot of fun to work on. I like the colors. I like how Diamond Art Club renders Miss Holly's artwork. I really do like this artist's artwork from Diamond Art Club a lot, and see myself, well, I have a lot in my stash, and I see myself working on even more of them in the future. So that was Magic Arcades. It was, I mean, some of these ones that we're getting to here at the end are a little bit bigger. This one was 55.8 by 78.7 centimeters. So bigger, but not, you know, not as big as like the, we just looked at that mermaid's bath that was 60 by 90. You know what, I'm kind of surprised as we're getting here to the end that so many of these, like none of these are really snack size kits. These are all on the bigger side, which is just amusing to me because I feel like 2024 in general really was such a year for smaller, like mini or snack size diamond paintings. But here I am looking at like my top 5. None of them are snacks or little by any real stretch. So anyway, number five. This one will surprise me by how much I loved working on this one. This is Medusa from Diamond Art Club and Carissa Bug. Okay, this one was a little bit of a spontaneous, like I need some kind of pick-me-up, and I unboxed this one, and if you watched the unboxing, I'm sure you probably heard it in my voice. This was earlier in the year, in the spring, I think. When I unboxed this, I was like, there's something about this. This one is so cool. I think that this character, like this subject, is so just, well, I don't want to like say a swear word, but BA. And I love the purples in here. There's a purple fairy dust in this that is just to die for. I love darker colors of fairy dust. I think they look amazing. Carissa Bug and her mythological figures are like, that's it. That's my genre of choice. If I had to pick. And Chris Bug's one of my favorite artists that Diamond Art Club has. I have a lot of her artwork in my stash, and I feel like in 2025 I want to try to work on more of it for sure, because I can't believe I only worked on one of hers this year, if I'm remembering correctly. This one was amazing. Even with all the dark colors, I was afraid the dark colors and all the background and everything were gonna burn me out. Nope. Just so amazing to work on and so incredibly rendered. Love it. Speaking of kind of like fantasy vibes and just pure happiness. Okay, this is Huntress by Rosie Scribbles. This was number 4. Man, I'll tell you what, my top 4 to 5 kits, they kind of just rotated around which one I would have considered my top favorites. Like they shuffled around in the ranking in my mind all the time. So I feel like you could shuffle any of these top 5 around and it would all be like, that's fair game on any given day, any given hour. I'd probably say like, oh no, actually this one's my number 1. But when I was sitting down and ranking these, she got number 4. This is Huntress. I am so obsessed with this kit. I worked on this, I feel like pretty quickly after it came out. Rosie Scribbles, I just need all of her artwork at Diamond Art Club. Love this artist so much. I love this artwork. I'm obsessed with this artwork. I feel like as I'm looking at this today, I'm like, this probably, if I were making my decision right this very second, this might get number 1. I love her. I love her so much. Rendered beautifully, the whole vibe. It's just, and the sparkle, these round drills. I think this was a release earlier in the year. I'm obsessed. I love this kit so much. I want to get this and do it again. I think it got discontinued. I love this. So, that was number 4. Number 3 is the biggest kit I worked on this year. If you don't count my cross-stitch conversion project as a whole, this is, I guess like the single biggest kit that I worked on, sort of as like one canvas maybe. It's not all gonna fit in frame, but I did it just a dedicated post review on this one. This is Cozy Christmas from Diamond Art Club and Aria Illustrations, aka Rita Konya. I love her. Okay, so I unboxed this one in November and immediately was like, there's just something about this artwork. I love how cozy it is. Yes, I know it's in the name, but really it is. It's so cozy. It's chock full of details too. One of my favorite things to work on, especially if I'm doing a bigger kit, is if it is chock full of details. Every single square that I opened on this kit had something different in it. When I finished that square, I was finishing like some kind of object or part of the artwork that I got the satisfaction of seeing it completed. My favorite parts included, I loved the quilts, I loved her socks, all the fun little like critters and stuff. This also had so many special drills. There's red fairy dust that was just absolutely everywhere. But I love this kit so much. When I unboxed it, I was like, can I start on a seasonal kit in November? And I did. It took me around 3 weeks to complete, which is kind of consistent with my pace of diamond painting this year, which for me has been slower compared to previous years. I just feel like I haven't spent quite as much time diamond painting. That just has mostly to do with sort of phase of life and like family stuff. And I know for singular, like 3 weeks, if that's slow, like what are you talking about? But I mean, it was a little bit on the slower side for me personally and how I've diamond painted in past years. But this was just a kit I really loved every second of working on. The size is 69.9 by 93.8 centimeters. So definitely a big one, but so ridiculously worth it. I think she's gorgeous. I just felt the drill come off on my hands. I don't think it was from this kit or the one after it, number 2. Okay, this was one that I did not expect to love as much as I did, but it was so amazing to work on. Number two, this is Pump Kitten Spice from Enabler's Outpost and the artist Purple Kitten Studios. I think Purple Kitten Studios? Yes, Purple Kitten Studios. And I worked on this one for Drills and Chills, and I was blown away. I was completely blown away by how Enabler's Outpost rendered this kit. They've made lots of changes to their kits in general. Like they've upgraded, their materials, their rendering, especially all these small shops lately that are updating to more like hand rendered styles with their kits. I'm here for it. I think it is such an amazing move on their part. I love this kit. All of the pretty pastels at the top, the cuteness of the kit, and look at the pumpkin on his forehead. And like this little, the artist said it was like, was it a fairy tale pumpkin? Is that what you call the white pumpkin? I just thought it was so beautifully done. I loved working on this kit. I just was like, okay, give me all of Enabler's Outposts, like their hand charted and their newer kits that these upgrades were amazing choices. This is such an amazing small shop in the community that I'm sad that I've only worked on one kit from them this year and definitely want to work on more from them in 2025. This was amazing. Look at that amazing sheen and shine. These drills were so good. I swear, I thought this kit was beautiful and amazing, and I love it. I love it. Last but not least, I don't know if you've been keeping track, and if you watched my Christmas premiere, then you won't be surprised to see this one. Or I don't know if you guys remember me working on this one earlier in the year. There's my kitty again. He's like, oh, here you're talking about a kitten. Number one. I have The First Dragon by Raven Phelan from Diamond Art Club. Okay, so this artwork, I remember, I think it was a couple years ago. It was at least a couple of years ago. I had submitted this artwork to Diamond Art Club, requested it to be licensed as a diamond painting because I had really fallen in love with Raven Phelan's artwork, really kind of discovered her as an artist with diamond painting, and was kind of browsing through her portfolio. There were I was browsing through some of my favorite artist portfolios to send a couple of pieces to Diamond Art Club to suggest potentially licensing. When I saw this one, I immediately fell in love because it's a dragon. The color palette, the pastels, the soft glow, just knowing what I knew about and my own personal experience of working on Raven Phelan's artwork from Diamond Art Club, I just thought this would be it. This would be the kit for me. This is everything that I love. I love, of course, all things dragons. And I thought because it had been so long that Diamond Art Club that this hadn't made it through voting, or Diamond Art Club just decided not to release it. And when they released it as part of I think it was part of their Year of the Dragon release for 2024, I screeched. I was so excited, so incredibly happy, and I thought it made it through after all. They did make it. So this just, it had that special meaning to me as like this dragon artwork that I had fallen in love with and was always hoping to get to work on as a diamond painting, but had kind of given up hope for. And then we got it after all. So I just, oh really? Oh, my cat again. I just really, really, really love this artwork so much, and I think that it turned out beautifully. I love all those special drills that Diamond Art Club included in it, and it just is forever going to have a very soft spot in my heart for it. So that's the first dragon by Raven Phelan. It's a good size. It's it's taped over. Let's see. 55.8 by 78.7 centimeters. So on the bigger side as far as diamond paintings that I worked on for 2024. So that wraps up my rankings of my 2024 diamond painting kits. And that was hard to do. It took me a little while to sit down and really map out, okay, what order would I really put these in. It was really easy to kind of pick out my top favorites right away, my least favorites right away, and then kind of going in the middle. What I actually ended up doing was sitting down and like cutting out pictures of each of these kits and laying them out in front of me so that I could kind of go through and kind of shuffle them around. And it was really interesting to get to the end of it and see the ones that I kind of picked out that were my favorites and the ones that were my least favorites. It's like the ones that were my favorites were ones that I just truly had a connection to the artwork, and like the colors really spoke to me, or the subject matter really spoke to me, and the quality was there. It was just really enjoyable to work on. It was a lot of mixes of those kinds of things, and some of it was circumstantial. It was like what I had going on in my life, at that particular time I was working on that kit. Some of the kits that ranked lower maybe I just had kind of like not as great associations with, even though if I had worked on them at a different time, that maybe that would have been different and I would have ranked them higher. But I think that just really reinforces that for 2025, I want to focus on just honing in on artwork that really does speak to me, like really going ahead and reaching for the kits that bring me the most amount of joy, while still, as much as I can, providing you guys here on my channel with a nice variety of different artwork and shops and things that are out there, so that you're still getting a sense for what is available and out there in the diamond painting world. Because you did see a variety of shops, represented. I feel like in past years I may have had a little bit more variety in terms of shops I'm looking. Because what did we say? Around like 13, 14, 15 different shops. That may have been higher in previous years. But still, I feel like a variety, like a decent spread of various options. Like I said, I'm going to have all of these shops linked below in the description box if you want to go and check any of them out. If you're wanting to hear me go more in depth on any of these kits, because this really was a bird's eye overview, and the ultimate length of this video explains why I couldn't go further in depth. I do have a whole post review playlist if you want to see if I've done a dedicated video for an individual kit. And I also have my months in review playlist, which is where I spend at least a few minutes more on each specific kit, and you get to hear more about the stats. I rank things typically in my logbooks. I rank my enjoyment of the kit on a scale of 1 to 10 and the confetti of a kit on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'm debating going into 2025 if there's any other things I might want to add into it to sort of track. So I'd be interested to hear from you guys if there's anything you'd be interested in hearing me track, any stats you'd be interested in hearing me share. But I think that's really about it. As far as what I have planned for 2025, like I said, lots more diamond painting stuff, hopefully focusing on things I love and enjoy. I am considering doing a video here soon where I talk about my plans and goals for 2025, maybe some kits I want to try to get to. Let me know if you're interested in seeing something like that, or anything else you're just hoping to see from me here on my channel here in 2025. But I would really love to hear from you in the comments of this video. Let me know, are there any projects you worked on in 2024 that you're really proud of or excited about? If you have any whips going into 2025, I technically have a whip going into the year that's a stitch along that I'm doing as a diamond painting that I've shown in my months in review, but I don't have it handy to share with you now. But here, as I'm, finishing up, this year in review, I'm looking ahead to, okay, what do I want to kick off 2025 with as far as my 200th diamond painting? I want to do something that's really special, maybe for my rainy day stash, and stay tuned for that. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed kind of coming along for the ride and going through all my 2024 diamond painting kits. Let me know what your favorites were below. Do you feel were you surprised by any of the rankings that particular kits had? Did you expect certain kits to be lower or higher? I know my feelings may have changed over the course of the year. Things that I didn't necessarily have, great feelings toward earlier in the year, maybe I have different feelings towards now, or vice versa. I'm so interested to hear your thoughts below. Please subscribe if you're brand new. I would love to have you here. You'll see a lot of different diamond painting videos here, from unboxings to reviews to various tutorials. I do weekly whip-in chats that we get to kind of catch up each week and chat, and lots of other diamond painting related stuff here, and I'd love to have you here. Friends, I hope you have an amazing start to your 2025, and I'm really looking forward to reading about your goals, thoughts, what you loved about 2024, and thoughts you have for 2025 ahead, hoping that there's only amazing things in store for you. I hope you have a day and a week and a year that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.